What's good, peeps? People in the world. It's been about a week or so. Still a little sick, so I've just been laying around, really. Going to class, blowing my nose, watching shows, Netflix. But I have been watching football. And I've been saying this. I predicted the Chiefs were going back to back. And I wonder who won the Super Bowl. The Chiefs. This is funny because my dad was calling. He's like, your team. He's like, your Chiefs, they're not gonna win. He's like, I'll talk to you after. I was like, look at me now. I don't know. There's something when I predict things. It's a good thing I don't bet. Like, don't believe in that. That's a sin. That's against God. So I don't bet. It's a good thing that Tanner does not bet because he knows. But yeah, I've been a crazy predictor, if that's a word. Yeah, 2021, I predicted Baylor to win the national championship. 22, I predicted Kansas to win the Natty. These are both basketball. And also 2022, I predicted the Warriors to win the chip. And this year, I predicted the Chiefs. But, like, I guess the football is kind of easier because the pool isn't as big as when it gets to college basketball. Same with NBA, sort of. But I still got my prediction. Pretty happy. Mahomes really top 5 easily now. And he's only started 6 seasons in the league. That is crazy. 3 rings and 6 seasons starting. I don't have to say anything else. But I'm not even going to talk that talk today. Feel good today. Happy. Blessed. But that's something I wanted to talk about was the NFL awards that came out. And I was kind of shocked at a few. But I'm going to just go through and I'm going to see if what I had in mind was going to be it. I can't remember, somebody is banging, which is kind of annoying, but so the obvious pick for MVP, Lamar, that was my prediction after they routed them boys. Why? They routed the 49ers, who ended up making it to the Super Bowl, but still, after that game, I knew Lamar was MVP. There was no doubting it. This is his second MVP. It's kind of hard when you don't got a ring to go with MVPs. So, still rooting for Lamar, but I was not rooting for him this year. Playoffs. I was going for. They really gave Josh Allen They gave Josh Allen a first place vote. That's funny. Offensive Player of the Year, McCaffrey. It was either him or Tyreek. And they gave it to him respectfully. Led the league in rushing yards. 20 plus total touchdowns. Best running back in the league when healthy. Even now, he is. DPOI, Myles Garrett. It was. I'm a Garrett fan, so you know me. I'm happy, but T.J. Watt was close. It was not a landslide. I know he got 4 more votes to get the award than T.J. So big time. 4 more first place votes. Then after that was Micah Parsons with 7 votes. Max Crosby 0 first place votes, and Deron Bland with a first place vote. But well deserved. They could have went either way, and I would have been okay, completely fine. Yeah, I know people were like, well, look at the numbers, but everyone's like, but look who was getting double teamed more. Dang, Myles Garrett's only 28. Still don't seem like that. Don't sound right to me. But he had 14 sacks. solid year. We know TJ led the league in sacks again, but it's kind of weird. One's off the edge. One's kind of a hybrid linebacker. Yeah, he's literally an outside linebacker. So they aren't. I guess Garrett is more pinned when it comes. Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud. Expected, but everyone's like, Puka Nacua really did all that and wasn't as a rookie and wasn't even acknowledged. I know, it's sad because he broke all those records as a rookie, and those records keep getting broken, so I wouldn't be surprised if Marv Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, Keon Coleman, one of those guys who come in next year, break that record. I like to see it, though. But, yeah, CJ had a legendary season. Let them boys to the playoffs. They beat the Browns. They routed them. And then they got cooked by the Ravens, but that was expected. But seeing how the Ravens play versus the Chiefs, they could have got something more than 10 points. But, hey, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Will Anderson. I was expecting Jalen Carter. That was my pick, but that's valid. I know Anderson had 7 sacks as a rookie. He's on the edge. Jalen Carter is a D tackle, so he's an interior D lineman. He has 6 sacks as a D lineman. It's close. It was 2 votes off. And Kobe Turner as well. I didn't really pay him that much attention to Kobe Turner until the playoffs, where he was making an impact in that game versus the Lions. And that really put him on my radar as a football fan, seeing him and Jalen Carter had the same amount of votes. And then Witherspoon, Joey Porter. Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Flacco. Expected. Everyone thought it was going to be Damar Hamlin, but So Damar Hamlin got the most first place votes, but Joe Flacco ended up with the most points. So he got the award. Matthew Stafford was on here. Tua. Baker. I thought Baker should have been it if it was really meaning like a comeback player of the year. A guy who Baker really bounced back this season. I'm happy for him. But everyone was like, Damar Hamlin. But they were like, you got to do something to be comeback player of the year. But at the same time, he came back from cardiac arrest last year. And he was active. But it's to each his own. He got the most first place votes, but he didn't get the most points. So he didn't win the award. But Flacco led them boys to the playoffs, essentially, with the injuries. Deshaun, I know. And, so he came out of nowhere. He was throwing a lot of picks, but he was throwing a lot of touchdowns and throwing for a lot of yards. They got waxed first round by the Browns. Not the Browns. He's on the Browns. They got cooked by the Texans. But what can you say? He threw a lot of picks that game as well. The vet. Coach of the Year, Stefanski for the Browns. Expected. They had a comeback season. Who would have thought? Even though him and DeMarco Ryans, they had the same amount of votes. It could have been a toss-up. I see Dan Campbell down there, but we expected Dan to do great things. Wasn't really expecting for Stefanski or Ryans. Ryans as a first year to lead his team to the playoffs, so. But, Stefanski received one more first place vote, so he got the award. Both good coaches. Ryan's former player knows what to do. He's going to continue to improve with his young core, CJ, on the defensive end, Will Anderson. What's my boy, Stingley. They got some pieces. They have pieces. They just got to continue to develop in Houston. Man of the Year, Cam Hayward. 13th season with the Steelers. He's been a big help in the Pittsburgh community with the youth, so very fitting. Assistant Coach of the Year, Jim Schwartz for the Browns. defensive coordinator. Makes sense. If the head coach, that was by a landslide too. Ben Johnson's down there, Mike McDonald. But yeah, those are the main awards. I'm satisfied. Can't really be mad at the awards because you can't change it. But yeah, I'm satisfied with that Super Bowl outcome. Overtime win. Patrick Mahomes last couple, basically a buzzer beater for the Super Bowl. Storybook ending. Can't end the Super Bowl better than that. I love all the scriptwriter comments on Instagram posts. The scriptwriters got this one, bruh. I swear, no players would be playing if there was a script. Why would you play your heart out why would you play the sport you love? Play your heart out just to know that somebody back there writing up something that's gonna deter you from your goal. So like, I don't believe in that. That's just a way for people to cry and moan and complain about their team not winning or something. Like, you know how it gets. It's just an excuse. But yeah, man, Mahomes, I saw a graphic the other day. We know he's a 2-time MVP, 3-time Super Bowl champ, 3-time Super Bowl MVP. All this in 6 years, by the way, starting. I don't even need to look at stats. He's an all-pro. He's an all-pro. And the guy's only 28 years old. Let's say he realistically plays till he's 40. I want to do some math. Let's say, so as of right now, he's closer, I think, to 29,000 yards. That means he's throwing for about, wait, I'm going to actually look at the real stat. Mahomes stats. So for his career, he has 28.4 K yards passing. 28,400 divided by 6. That's still 4,700 yards a season so far. And he not going to stop, especially if they get him another receiver. Rashee Rice is really good for a rookie. Had a really big season. So to see how he develops is going to be good. Kelsey's still going to produce, even with his old age. But, somehow, some way, Pat does it again, back to back. I called they were going to go back to back. People were doubting me. They were hating on me. I was like, you supposed to be going for the Lions. Well, I'm a real fan. I'm going to tell you how I feel realistically. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing just to seem like I'm a fan of this team or that team. I said that the Chiefs were going to win, and I stuck with it, and I got a lot of backlash, especially even after I posted. I was like, I told y'all, I know what I'm talking about. And everyone's like, man, shut up. Nobody likes Patrick Mahomes. That's how you know he's one of the greatest. He's my GOAT, but I'm not finna debate that with nobody. I saw the argument. They're like, is he closer to Brady than LeBron is to MJ? In my opinion, no. Because Mahomes is not better than Peyton Manning yet. In my opinion, it's not, no. I'm sorry. Because LeBron is right there. LeBron is number 2. He's been number 2 for a while. And I know Pat's still young. He going to end up being number 1. If anything, he's number 1B. And Brady is 1A. But, yeah. I'm trying to see. Is there anything else? There's not really any basketball going on like that. Nothing crazy. Nothing insane going on with basketball. All-Star weekend's this weekend. So y'all going to get a bit out of me later this week. I'm not, maybe Friday, talking about some predictions about 3-point contest, All-Star game, All-Star MVP, dunk contest, that type of stuff. I saw something about PJ Tucker and Bones Highland. They got sent home. They said don't join us until after All-Star break. What did them boys do? Nothing. They don't play, and I know they're mad and complaining because PJ couldn't get a buyout. PJ went from starting on the Sixers to DNPs consistently. And as a vet who enhances and helps the team win, I know he mad. Bones, on the other hand, Bones was doing good, and then Harden came and basically took all that hope from him. So I understand his frustration. At least they could have used him in the trade for Harden. But they ain't let that slide. But you know how I get. It's business. They don't really care. Some GMs, owner, they don't care about you as a person, bro. They just trying to get that business. They trying to win. So same coaches too, bro. Some coaches, they don't like certain players. Like, they don't. Like, we saw Evan Fournier. Thibodeau did not like him. Like, at all. And we saw it unfold. Now he over here in Detroit, actually playing basketball. You know how mad I'd be if I put in all this work just for my coach to not like me and not play me? Man, I would be angry. But, let me see. I just wanted to really give my thoughts. This was a good NFL season. If I had to say who was my biggest disappointment, this season disappointment. I feel like the Saints were a disappointment. They had the pieces, they just couldn't put it together. Mike Thomas, OG slant boy, really stayed injured, but they couldn't put it together. I really thought they got Derek Carr, a vet, experienced. He was hurt sometime. Olave's still developing. He's over 1,000 yards this year. Ooh, that's another idea. I really want to do I'm not going to do the top 10 because I'm not the best football guy, but I know what I'm talking about. But I want to do my favorite, like, players at each position and why, and possibly talk about who I think is the best, top 5, whatever. But yeah, man, that's all I got for y'all today. And I could possibly do some. Nah, it's too early to do next season predictions. It's baseball time now, a couple months. But yeah, that's all I got today. I just wanted to talk about football ending on a good note for me as a fan. Just shutting people up because they thought they knew what they was talking about, but in the whole time, I knew what I was talking about. Peace.